The fact that you're at a job that you don't like should be enough motivation. You shouldn't need anything external. The biggest issue is just you guys don't want to make money. You don't want to be fit. You don't want to be happy. It's easier to stay miserable where you are than to sacrifice for months, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years. What's going on, peeps? We're here to talk about some motivation. You need some motivation to get going, to make money, to learn a new skill. Here's the thing. Motivation is good. It's helpful. It's good when you watch a motivating video on here. You listen to a podcast, you see something on Instagram, it gets you fired up for 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes. Maybe you do some burpees. Maybe you do some push-ups. Maybe you do some sit-ups. Don't do burpees, please. Listen, motivation is rooted in your why. All right? Why do you get motivated when you watch a video, when you listen to a podcast, when you see a video on Instagram of David Goggins running, talking about running a marathon for 24 hours? You think he was watching videos like the videos he's making to stay motivated? No, he has a goal, he has a vision, and he has a target. He has a why. The reason why your motivation after you watch all these things doesn't last is because it's all bullshit. It's not bullshit as in it's fake, it's bullshit as in you're not getting motivated from watching those things. You're getting dopamine from watching a video, from listening to someone say something inspiring or motivating. And then what do? You scroll to the next video. You scroll to the next video on you search the next video on YouTube. You scroll up on TikTok, on Instagram. They're just dopamine hits, which is why you also can't get off of this thing and why you're probably watching this video right now. But stay to the end. Listen, motivation, the things that should make you motivated is, are your parents in their 40s, 50s, 60s still working? Do they have a mortgage that they're still paying off? Do they have car payments that they're still paying off? Are they struggling still month to month? Those should be things that motivate you. Yes, material stuff is nice. Yes, a Ferrari is nice, a Porsche is nice, a Lamborghini is nice, a Mercedes is nice, this trip's nice, that trip's nice. But real life things and real life situations is what should motivate you. You being at a 9-to-5 job today while you're watching this should be more than enough motivation to stay up at night learning a skill, to wake up earlier in the morning before you go to work, to learn a skill, to go to the gym, to read the Bible, to do things that you have to do that are going to make you a better person and make you the person which you need to become to be that person that's in the motivational video. To be Bruce Wayne, to be Iron Man, whatever it is that you want to be, whatever vision you have in your mind for your life, you need to become that person today. Because you can't start to have the results that that person is going to have by being the version you are today. So you need to be motivated and go to the gym even when you don't feel like it. You need to be motivated and study the charts, study e-commerce, study whatever it is that you're trying to learn and master to make a side income, to replace your main income. And you leaving your 9-to-5 should be enough motivation. You shouldn't have to watch videos. I've been asked so many times, Chris, how do you stay motivated? How do I stay motivated? Because if I don't work, I don't have the time and freedom to make videos like this. If I don't make money and I don't work, I don't have electricity. I don't have water. I don't have food. I don't have gas. I don't have a car. I don't have clothes. Nothing. Those are the things that's more than enough motivation to get your ass up in the morning and say, yo, you know what? I start work at 9. I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock or at 6 o'clock. Because you know what? After work, I'm too tired to go to the gym. So I'm gonna do my workout before work. I'm gonna go to the gym before work. I'm gonna shower at the gym. Or go back home and shower, whatever the case is. You need to get rid of excuses. That one way to stay motivated is by number one, having a why, and by number two, just doing stuff. Just continuously doing stuff. It doesn't matter whether you're sick, it doesn't matter whether you have a headache, it doesn't matter whether you're tired, whether you don't have time. None of those things matter. None of those are excuses. None of those are passes. It's a free pass today, a free pass tomorrow. No, you have to work. You have to make money. You have to be healthy. You have to be fit. You have to have a strong mind. You have to suffer. Everybody wants to make money, but no one wants to go through the hard times to make that money. You have to. It doesn't matter what industry it is. It does not matter what industry it is. If something was so easy, then everybody would just be doing that thing. You are going to suffer. You are going to face hard times. There's a reason why, I'm going to use trading as an example because that's my industry. There's a reason why 5% or less of traders make money and become profitable. Why? Because people can't face hard times. People can't face adversities. People can't struggle. At the first sign of struggle, they give up on everything. At the first sign of struggle, they fold. At the first sign of struggle, they go back to their old version, their old self. They go back to drinking, they go back to partying, they go back to sitting and watching Netflix. They go back to watching pointless shit all day long. Scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, brain rotting themselves, just burning brain cells all day long. Here's a task for you. Even if you use it as a business and for business, I want you to sit down and write down everything that you do in a day. And I want you to write down and go into your settings. On iPhone, you go to your screen time. On Android, I don't know, you click on the potato button. I feel bad if you have an Android. Go to your screen time settings and look to see how much time, never mind TikTok and anything else, just on Instagram. See how much time you're spending on Instagram every single day. And then think of, did I spend an equal amount of time working on something that's gonna get me closer to where I want to be? Listen, you don't have to want to be a millionaire. You don't have to want to have a Ferrari, to have a Lamborghini, to have a Bugatti, a plane, a yacht, houses all over the world. You don't have to want to have all that stuff to be motivated. You have to want freedom. Freedom, wanting freedom should be big enough motivation. Closing the gap from where you are to who you need to become to achieve freedom should be big enough motivation. Retiring your parents so they don't have to work until they're 70 years old should be big enough motivation. Making sure your children don't have to suffer the way you're going to suffer to make financial freedom should be enough motivation. You don't need videos. You don't need nonsense. The less time you're spending on Instagram, the better. Even if you're running a business on it, figure out what you need to do on Instagram for your business and get off. Don't be scrolling. If you're a business, you're not a consumer. You don't need to be sitting there consuming content. You need to be posting what you're doing, posting whatever it is for your business, and going back and grinding and hustling and studying and learning and growing. Stop needing validation from people, telling people what you're doing to get validation before you even start doing it. Stop needing motivational videos. Stop needing constant dopamine hits from social media, from Instagram, from YouTube, from TikTok, Snapchat, whatever other apps you use for dopamine. Stop needing those things to be motivated. The fact that you're at a job that you don't like should be enough motivation. You shouldn't need anything external. That should put a fire inside of you big enough to say, you know what, I need to change. I need to change or else I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life. And guess what, buddy? Guess what? You have one life. One. I'd rather spend that life constantly trying to becoming better and failing, even if I never achieve my goals, but failing in the process, than just being a robot and doing the same shit every single day. driving to the same place at the same time every day, and if I'm late, someone yells at me and criticizes me. If I don't do to the level of their satisfaction, I'm a bad employee. Someone telling me when I can travel, when I can go on vacation, when I can do this, when I can do that. Living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, getting a mortgage and having a payment. I think a mortgage is the stupidest thing you could have. Getting a mortgage and having a payment for the rest of your life. Student debts that you pay off for 10, 15, 20 years. Use your head, people. Like, use your head. All you have to do is look at the people who have made money and look at their habits and the stuff that they have done. That's all you have to do. And it's the same thing over and over again. They weren't out partying, they weren't out drinking, they weren't out having a good time. They were sacrificing their time for today. They were sacrificing today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year to be able to enjoy the rest of their life. So what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do? Because today you need to become the person that you need to be to achieve those goals. You're not going to achieve the goals. You can't be lazy, unmotivated, out of shape, miserable, but start making money and start having all the things that you want in life. No, you need to start to become that person who attains those things and achieves those things before you start to achieve them. So go do what you gotta do. Go start studying. Stop wasting time. Stop scrolling on Instagram. Delete the app if you have to. If you're not using it to make money, get off of the app. Plain and simple. If it's not a source of income, get off of it. Stop wasting that time. Because there's not a person that's watching this. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. I can almost guarantee that 98% of you spend more than 2 to 3 hours a day scrolling on between Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of your social media apps. You spend more than 2+ hours a day. But then if I sit and have a conversation with you, you'll say that you don't have 2 hours to sit and study something, to sit and study the charts, to sit and study a course, to sit and study e-commerce, to sit and study coding. You'll tell me you don't have the 2 hours. I can allocate you 2 hours right away. Delete all of your social media accounts. Delete all the apps, all of them. There's 2 free hours right there in your day. The gym? You don't have time for the gym? You don't have energy for the gym after work? Guess what? Go to sleep an hour earlier. Wake up an hour earlier. Spend 10 minutes driving to your closest gym. Half an hour, 40 minutes working out at the gym. That's all you need to do. Half an hour, 40 minutes. That's perfect. It's more than enough. 10, 15 minutes to shower while you're at the gym, and you go to work. The biggest issue is just you guys don't want to make money. You don't want to be fit. You don't want to be happy. It's easier to stay miserable where you are than to sacrifice for months, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years. But I've said it a million times in these fucking videos, and I will say it again. The time is going to pass. Time is going to pass. So stop being fucking lazy. Get off the fucking sofa. Stop watching Netflix. Cancel your Netflix subscription. Cancel your Amazon Prime subscription. Delete your social media apps. Go to the gym. Learn a new skill set. Set goals for 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now that are going to be able to help your future kids, help your parents, help your future wife or your future husband, and do what the fuck you have to do to better your life. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. I love you. Take care, bye.